say, according to the North Carolina Bureau of Investigation from January 1st of 2020, African American males have been pulled over 3 times more likely to rape than um, Caucasian males. I want to know why that is a fact in our cities, and I want to know why you guys allow stuff like that to happen. Also, I would like to say of my days of protesting, as the person who was out there at 5 o'clock, as to a person who was continuing to stay out there past curfew. You guys started the riots. We were basically rushed with gas while we were protesting. Our mothers, our sisters, our kids were there, and gas was still thrown at like 6 o'clock before the sun ever went down, and that's why Raleigh was messed up. And I would like to yield my time.
Thank you so much, Naja. I appreciate it. Next, we have Kim Burke-Smith.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can, thank you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'd first like to thank Corey Branch for trying to walk me through getting my business back open after COVID. But I'm coming to you not as a business owner that just reopened my 3 locations after being closed since March. We opened our first day June 1st. I am coming to you as a mother of a Black male who is an essential worker. Before all of this happened, I could never sleep with my son outside at work until he come home. Now, not only am I trying to rebuild my business, I got hit with a curfew where I could not even have my business operating. And then I'm worried about my son and husband at the same time. Not only do I have my own son and my own husband, I also have over 100 Black males that attend my learning center for professional tutoring. I am a business owner, a homeowner, and a mom, a Black mom with a son that's amazing in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I cannot even sleep until my son is in the house
Thank
safe.
you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. Beth, is Daphne right next?
Yes.
Okay, Daphne, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. You're on and your minute starts now.
Yes. I would like for the city council to address the 8 things that cannot wait. And what is Raleigh PD doing about those 8 points? Meaning the banning of chokeholds, de-escalation, requiring officers to warn before shooting, exhausting all means before shooting, duty to intervene and stop your partner or fellow cop, ban shooting at moving vehicles, require use of force of continuum, and require comprehensive reporting of each time an officer uses force or threatens to do so. These are things I think that need to be brought to the forefront by the city council for the Raleigh Police Department. I yield the means of my time.
Thank you.
Councillor Martin, before we continue, I'd like to ask staff, we're at past 9:45.
Sure.
How many more speakers do we have waiting?
We potentially have another 200. We are at basically a little bit after 5 o'clock with the signups. We're going to run the number of how many people signed up before the meeting started. Y'all would like to make that as a clean meeting breakup and then decide how to handle the rest.
So we still have over 200 people?
Yes, ma'am. After the meeting started, we still had about another 200 people sign up.
Okay.
Never mind.
So if everybody's okay with this, let's go maybe to 9:55. We'll take a few more to 9:55. That will get you out of it. We have to set an example relating to the curfew, but let's go to 9:55, okay?
Sure. Thank you.
We'll take a few more.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We're looking for the next one that's on the call, so just bear with us for a second.
Take your time. Thank you, Beth.
We have Benjamin Rappaport.
Hey, Benjamin, thanks so much for calling in. Are you with us?
Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I just want to say it gives me a lot of hope tonight that a lot of people are supporting protesters, and I stand with them in their condemnation of the actions of the police this weekend. But the words of all these people are hollow without action from you all. And it seems to me that there's a clear reason for arrests, violence, and the looting that broke out this weekend. And it's because police came in riot gear with the assumption that violence would occur. They acted preemptively in stoking the violence, and I believe from Tuesday onward, police were not in riot gear, did not throw tear gas, did not shoot rubber bullets, and as a result, we saw peaceful protests with limited arrests. That's the reason we have to demilitarize and defund police so that we can reinvest in communities of color, empower the Raleigh Police Board, and give them the power to investigate complaints. And we must limit the use of force in the Raleigh PD using the 3 actions highlighted by Campaign Zero. And I yield the rest of my time. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Next, we have Eliza Hardy. Eliza, are you with us?
I'm with you. Can you hear me?
You're a little bit faint, so if you could speak directly into your speaker and loudly, that would be great. But yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Am I good to go?
Yes, that's awesome. Thanks.
All right. Instead of increasing the RPD budget to $111 million, you should reallocate funds to programs that could use some financial attention. Affordable housing, violence prevention, mental health resources, public health, and protection for low-wage workers. Additionally, it is appalling that the total cost of riot gear for one police officer is about $496. The cost of PPE for one healthcare worker is about $15. With your use of expired tear gas, it is apparent that you are more prepared to harm innocent protesters than provide proper support for them in a pandemic. Requiring all city council members to complete racial bias training does not make you more trusted by the Raleigh citizens. We recognize that these are hollow words and we want direct action. With a police community oversight board, the RPD officers can be held more accountable. This is just the first step we need to remove police stations from black and brown communities and implement a policy requiring officers to intervene in moments when both fellow cops become overly abusive towards a detainee. Mayor Baldwin and CEO Chief Deck Brown, fess up and acknowledge that you are both clearly not the right gals for the job. I demand you to resign.
Thank you so much, Eliza. I appreciate you calling in. Next, we will hear from Layla Pedersen.
Leela Pedersen, thank you for the time. I am in Patrick Buffkin's district, and I just wanted to voice my displeasure with some of his comments in reaction to the protest. My husband is Black, and I am terrified every time that he leaves the house to walk the dog that he won't come back home. This is a feeling that is felt in every community in this city, and I appreciate the council members' attention to hold this forum, and particularly I want to appreciate Councilmember Corey Branch for including not only the opportunity for us to voice our concerns, but to include us in the decision-making that follows. Thank you. I yield my time.
Thank you so much for joining us. Next, we have Ty Van de Zand.
Dear elected council members, the upcoming annual budget and 5-year capital plan offer an unprecedented opportunity to wrangle and move ahead of this year's challenges. Raleigh's proposed budget must be rejected. The division of funds does not include viewpoints raised this past week. The police department is the most funded agency in Raleigh's annual budget with $1,100 million. To put this in perspective, it is close to 1/4 of Raleigh's general expenditures in 2021 and funded 20 times higher than Raleigh's housing division. We demand a rigorous reanalysis of essential equipment of police officers, medic first responders, the waste management team, and essential city agents. Mayor Baldwin, on your behalf, thank you, and for the benefit of your citizens, hear their voices. Thank you, elected council. Black Lives Matter.
Thank you, Ty. And I believe we have time for one more.
I've got one person that is on, but I'm not finding him connected. So give me a second.
Yeah, take your time.
His name is there.
Thank you.
I have Isaac Woolsey.
Messed up stuff they do. Brutality, that's the word I was looking for. We can have a private thing just for that. We could just take $1 million to start with, and we can have like our own little council for that. What do you think? That's my time. I yield.
I really appreciate you calling in and spending the time. For joining us in this special meeting, and especially Beth, Lou, and the rest of the tech team that have been sweating it out in a back room to bring this to fruition. This has not been easy. I know it seems easy to the public.
Guys, that you weren't heard.